Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new Siege video here on the channel. In today's video, what I have for you is the brand new Operation New Blood coming with Year 9 Season 2. With this operation comes two newly reworked recruits called Sentry and Striker, some major nerfs to Solis and Fenrir, along with some changes to the map pool options in casual and standard play, and a ton of other small little changes coming with the UI and some audio changes. In terms of content, this season is a little bit lackluster compared to previous seasons. There's not technically a new operator, just the recruits, and the nerfs and the balancing for designer notes is a bit light, but it's much needed for Solis and Fenrir. So to get started with today's video, we're going to be discussing the two new recruits. First off, I want to pay respects to 5-stacking recruits, the OG recruit. We are no longer allowed to 5-stack recruits. Only one person is allowed to play the attacking and defender recruit, so F in the chat for OG recruits. If you guys want to pay your respects, leave an F down in the comment section. But starting off with the attacking recruit. His name is Striker, and Striker comes with a pretty decent arsenal for weapon choices. His primary weapon choices are the M4 assault rifle that is seen on Maverick, or the M249 light machine gun seen on Capitao. For his secondary weapon options, he has the choice to bring the 5.7 pistol or the ITA 12S shotgun. Now, the unique ability for the attacking and defending recruit is the gadget kit. This gadget kit equips 2 gadgets instead of a gadget and an ability, so you're allowed to select any gadget on the team, but not the same one twice. So for the attacking side, you're allowed to bring frag grenades and flashbangs, or EMP grenades and hard breach charges, or any of the other gadgets on attack. Personally, I can see people using the EMP grenade and the hard breach charge just to be a one-man army to get into a wall. Now for the defending recruit called Sentry, he has the option to bring the Commando 9 that is seen on Mozzie, or the M870 shotgun that is seen on Jaeger, Bandit, and Thorn. For his secondary weapon choices, he has the C75 auto machine pistol, or the super shorty Grumpy Pumpy shotgun that is used for making rotates. Doesn't do too much damage, but extremely good for rotates. Again, the unique ability is defender favored now, so on the flip side, you're allowed to bring nitro cells and impact grenades if you want to deal with shield players, or you're allowed to bring deployable shield and barbed wire, or whatever you think you'd want to bring. Now, only one person is allowed to play Sentry or Striker on attack and defense. Again, you're not allowed to 5-stack recruits anymore, so F in the chat. But with the recruits out of the way, let's discuss some of the major nerfs coming to Solis and Fenrir. So starting off with Solis, I want to get started with her because she got absolutely pummeled into the ground. Now, this is only part 1 of a part 2 for the Solis nerf. I'm betting they're going to give her a little bit of a buff because this nerf was extremely aggressive, and I don't think she's going to be played as much anymore. She's still decent with the ability to see the plant, but with these changes that I'm about to list to you, I don't think people are going to run her as much. So for Solis, basically what they did is she is no longer allowed to use her gadget in the prep phase anymore to hunt down drones. That was one of the major things that was very annoying for Solis, especially for the attackers when droning in. She's just going to have her glasses active and she's going to be running around hunting your drone. That is no longer an option for her. The second change that they also made to her was her activation time. So when you activate the goggles now at 100%, when you use it and you get all the way to 50%, while it's recharging, you are not allowed to use it until it hits that 100% fully recharged mark. Once you hit that mark, then you're allowed to reactivate it. They've also changed the duration of her goggles from 20 seconds to 10 seconds, so she doesn't have as much time in those goggles anymore. They also reduced the range of her goggles, just like they did to IQ a few seasons ago, from 15 meters to 12 meters. So she's not allowed to see any electronic gadgets as far as she used to, but 3 meters, it's not too crazy, but it's still a nerf to the range. So they made 4 changes and she's absolutely pummeled into the ground, and just to kick her right in the face, they took away her impact grenades and they gave her proximity alarms or the bulletproof camera. So she no longer has impact grenades to stop that plant. That was the main primary focus for Solis, is getting rid of that plant, and the easiest way to do so was bringing a P90 with impact grenades. So as soon as you see that plant go down, you can throw your impact grenades right at the floor, and it would typically kill the operator even with the change to the impact grenade damage. As soon as you hit that impact grenade on the floor, that's going to open up the floor and expose that planter to anybody from below. Now that she does not have the impact grenades anymore, the only viable option is to probably bring the shotgun. The shotgun has a good destruction rate and you're allowed to open up floors and stuff, but it's very inconsistent with damage and shooting enemy players. Even after the shotgun buff to all shotguns across the board, that shotgun is just not the best, and I find people will probably not use it, so the P90 is still going to be the superior choice. So with Solis out of the way and absolutely in the grave 6 feet deep, let's discuss Fenrir. and most people dread playing against Fenrir, no pun intended, but this should help alleviate most of that wariness when versing Fenrir. So Fenrir got a change to his FNAT dread mines. So he no longer has 5 of them, he has 4 mines, and let's just call it, for the sake of this video, an activation key. So previously, he was allowed to have 3 dreadnought mines activated. If anybody destroyed any of those 3 mines, he would lose that activation key and would not be allowed to use it on another mine. But in this case, he's allowed to activate his key onto another dreadnought mine if it gets destroyed. But the kick is he only has 2 mines to activate now instead of 3. So you'll have 4 total mines. If you have 2 active and someone destroys one that was active, you're allowed to swap it to the 3rd or the 4th dreadnought mine. Another major change to it is they are no longer bulletproof, and I find this to be the best change. I don't even care about the count or the other amount of 3 of them being active. I think it being bulletproof when you were not near it or in the FNAT, I found that really frustrating because once you're in it, it's so hard to see it, and the defender is going to hear you in it, and you're going to be trying to look around where it was and trying to angle yourself to destroy it. So I'm glad that they took the bulletproof status away from it, and this should put Fenrir in a better spot. And as for his loadout, they also added a observation blocker and removed barbed wire from him, just because having barbed wire in that FNAT dread mine is extremely potent, trying to figure out where it was and being slowed and blinded at the same time, which is extremely potent. So now he has that observation blocker, which could be used in the correct way to block the mine from drones, so you may not see it, but again, not bulletproof, so you're able to shoot it. That is pretty much it for the operator changes. The only other operator change that came was to Deimos. So his AK-74M assault rifle now has the option to bring a angled grip, vertical grip, or a horizontal grip. They did not make this change to Nomad, even though she shares the same gun, and I don't think the air jab's on the bottom like the skeleton key, but it's on the side. I'm not sure why they didn't add it to her, if they're going to do it for him. Maybe it was just the actual play rate or some data behind the scenes that they collected on Deimos, not using it. Most people only use the pistol anyways because it's just extremely busted, but they did add some of those grips to Deimos' AR. I hope to see that come down the future for Nomad because it does kick pretty decent. So hopefully we see that in the future. The next change that came with this operation is one of my favorite, and it's for barbed wire. So previously in the early days of Siege, barbed wire was extremely potent. It was extremely hard to deal with, and it was extremely difficult to run through. So they kind of followed suit again by adding a damage tick while you're in the barbed wire. So similar to Gridlock's Trax canisters, when you're ticked by it, it's going to deal some damage. The barbed wire itself is going to deal 5 damage per second that you're in it, so it will be able to kill you if you stay in it long enough. They also added some wire stiffness to it, so you're actually going to be slowed down just a little bit more, and it's not as easy to pass through anymore. And I hope with this change they relook at Bandit, because if you remember back in the day, Bandit used to have 3 barbed wire as an option. Instead of choosing a nitro cell, you could choose 3 sets of barbed wire. I'm glad that the barbed wire is coming back because it's been so lackluster lately and been put on the back burner. I rarely see barbed wire, and especially with the amount of utility clear that's on the attacking side, I feel like there needs to be a bit of a bigger buff to barbed wire. I'm just thinking like Flores can destroy it, Sophia charges, Ash charges, Fuse if he's near it, grenades, literally anything that can do it, Ram. Like there's just so much stuff that can get rid of it, and it just kind of makes it useless for most operators for the second gadget. So I hope to see another change down the road for this, but this is a good step in the right direction, dealing 5 damage per second in that barbed wire. Some other changes they added as well is a membership program. I know some people are going to feel some type of way about this, and I'm personally in the same boat as you guys, but they have changed the season pass to a subscription base. So an active R6 membership owner receives premium battle pass access during each R6 season, 1 exclusive legendary item, 1 exclusive cosmetic bundle per month, 1 Bravo pack per month, and 10 battle pass tokens per month. So you can enjoy access to the premium membership by paying a monthly fee. I'm not sure how you're going to feel about this or how people really do. I'm not too much of a fan of subscription-based platforms, but it is a good way to generate revenue for a game on a recurring basis. So each month they actually have a pool of cash coming in. I hope this is used in the right way and doesn't funnel all the money into the suit's pockets, but we're going to have to see how this plays out. I'm hoping all of this money goes towards development and helping push this game more into the limelight and making it better. The Siege Marketplace is going to be live on June 25th, and players who are at least clearance level 25 and have 2-factor authentication enabled will have access to the R6 Marketplace. So if you guys don't have access yet, it was in beta and you had to get an email invite to get in there. I think I was in the first day and I was poking around and it was nice, but there was still some bugs and some UI changes that need to happen. I know specifically when I was sorting in my inventory from low to high or high to low for price, it wasn't really filtering quite right. So I'm hoping, eventually they'll still make some more changes to it. They did add some life improvement features that are coming with the marketplace, some UX and UI improvements, some graphs, and some other price histories. But if you do have expensive items and you weren't able to get in, you're now able to list those from your account if you are level 25 or have two-factor on. You should be a level 25 if you have skins that are rare, like Glacier or any of the board game skins, or really any seasonal skins. You can list those and get some R6 credits, and you can use those to buy elite skins or battle passes or anything along those lines. So if you do have some cool skins, on June 25th, you'll be able to sign in with your Ubisoft account and link your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever account you have, and hopefully list some of your skins. They've also made some playlist changes specifically to the standard playlist map filter. So the standard map filter consists of the option to choose the ranked map pool, which is all of the ranked maps, non-ranked, which is currently all of the maps not in ranked, and then you can choose the all maps, which is casual pretty much. You can choose every single map in the game and set that filter when you're queuing for standard map and not ranked. I'm probably going to have all the maps because I'm kind of sick and tired of playing the same maps over and over, and I need a little bit of variety in my life for playing certain maps. They also added a new attrition arcade into the arcade mode, so prepare to adapt and outwit an attrition. Attrition returns to Siege as a tweaked limited time event. In this bomb mode only, once an operator is chosen, it's locked for both teams for the match. Players must adapt and strategize with unconventional team compositions to win. The match starts with 5 defenders and 5 attacker operators randomly removed from the pool at the beginning of the match, giving both sides a random handicap. This mode will be available from June 18th all the way to July 2nd. So if you want to play that, just know it's coming out June 18th. That's about 2.5 weeks from now, so stay tuned for that. And low-key, another one of my favorite changes is the map updates to Stadium Alpha and Stadium Bravo. For most of you new players, you probably don't even know what these maps are because they've just kind of been put on the back burner and removed out of most playlists. But Stadium Alpha and Stadium Bravo were given some quality of life changes that will make the maps more competitive. Across both maps, the bulletproof glass has been removed. This has been one of the biggest gripes that people have had with these maps. When you're a defender, it's very easy for attackers to just look into your sight or look into the map and see what you're doing. It just makes no sense, especially in the competitive aspect for this type of Stadium Bravo and Stadium Alpha map. This was released in combination for the R6 events, the Pro Leagues that came out. But layouts and destructibility for both maps have also been changed to improve player comfort and navigation, provide more of a challenge for attackers. But both stadium maps will be included in all of the playlists, standard with the new map filter, quick match, and as well as arcade and custom games. They've also made some changes to spectating updates for caster cards. They kind of just streamlined it a little bit more and removed clutter and redundant information. And they've added some new additions for operator live locations, items in use, and the health number. They've also made some changes to player comfort, so there's an advanced audio option and the flashbang customization option. I'm going to start with the flashbang one because this is one of the best features that they've added in a long time. So if you guys know, when you play Late Night Siege and you get hit with a flashbang or a yin candela, you get hit with the sun from Hiroshima and you cannot see anything. Your eyes go white, they glaze over, and you have tinnitus in your ears. So with this new feature, you can actually go into the options and then go to your general tab, and the 5th option down, you'll have the stun VFX, and you have the option to choose white glare or the dark glare. So when you select dark glare, this is not going to flash you with white anymore. It's going to flash as a dark gray or a black, and then it's going to fade back into the gameplay. Personally, I'll be flipping to that because I play Ying, and most of my teammates are probably going to go to that because, again, I play Ying. So if you're sick of being flashed with the sun, you're probably going to want to flip to this. Again, it's going to destroy your retinas and you're going to have tinnitus. But some audio changes they made as well is they added a couple more options for in-game sound effects volume, the in-game music volume, the menu sound effects volume, and the menu music volume. So you're allowed to change these independently. I wish they added a wall reinforcement option because when you're reinforcing a wall, it is extremely loud, and I'm not able to hear any of my teammates when I'm reinforcing it. So I hope down the road they do add this. They've also made some changes to the training and onboarding as well for versus AI. They've added some maps in there and added some AI operators. Not too much. I'm not going to go into that just to not waste your time. There's also a new seasonal weapon skin, of course. The seasonal weapon skin is called the Fractured Frame. It's a weapon and attachment skin, the Mark of the Sixth Charm, as well as the Duality Operator card background. The seasonal weapon skin will be released at the launch of the season and is available for purchase throughout the season. Once unlocked, it remains in your inventory indefinitely and can be applied to all available weapons. But that is pretty much it for this season. Again, it was a little bit more lackluster in terms of previous seasons, year 8, year 7. It's not a new operator, there are new recruits. Again, pay your respects down in the comments to the 5-stack recruit. You're not allowed to do that anymore, and only one person can play the recruit. Again, he's a 2-speed, 2-health operator and can bring 2 of any gadget on the attacking and defending side. But with that, if you guys are excited for the new season, let me know down in the comments. If you guys did enjoy this video or it helped keep you up to date, leave a like down below as it greatly helps push this video into YouTube's algorithm. And with that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, morning, or evening, whatever it may be. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.